Hey everyone, this is Dr. Chad Mothy, your Huntsville chiropractor at your service at Back Pain Relief Chiropractic here in Huntsville, Alabama. Wanted to bring you some value today. I wanted to post a little video on basically coming from an article from our newsletter that we send out. It's our monthly health update, and the title of it is "Can Bad Backs Heal Themselves?" There's a lot of misinformation out there about herniated and bulging discs, and this is a really good article. I just wanted to read it to you and talk about some of the points, and I hope that you can find some value in it. Low back pain from a herniated disc often leads to surgical intervention. However, there are patients with this painful malady who can successfully ride it out, and repeat MRI imaging 6 to 12 months later often fails to show little, if any, evidence of the original herniated disc that was initially very obvious. So you can have a disc where the material on the inside is like a jelly donut. You've got a hard surface on the outside, and you've got jelly on the inside. So when that jelly comes out the side or comes out the top, that is what a herniated disc is, and that's a really, really bad situation. But these things can heal themselves, just like it says, 6 to 12 months later. Even viewing it with an MRI, you don't see any obvious signs that it was ever herniated. So they do heal themselves. So this proposed theory is that there must be some unique interplay between molecular signals that might explain why some herniated discs heal themselves while others do not. Researchers at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, just up the street from here, are investigating this, and they published a report on their progress in the January 2016 issue of the Journal of Clinical Investigation. Come in. Come in.
Are you good? I don't interrupt you.
Low back pain affects 60 to 80% of Americans during their lifetime, and there are upwards of 300,000 surgeries for herniated discs annually in the United States alone. So 60 to 80% of people living in this country at some time will have some form of low back pain. And there are upwards of 300,000 surgeries. And the statistics for surgeries for herniated disc, for low back pain, it's only about 15% effective. And that statistic comes from the medical journals: New England Medical Journal, Journal of the American Medical Association. It's not effective. It's not effective. A disc can herniate when its fibers tear or give away, just like that jelly donut on the outside, when those fibers tear or give away, allowing the semi-fluid center to leak out. If the herniated disc material hits the nerve root exiting the spine, the classic sciatica, which is that pain down the back of the leg, this can result. Now, Dr. Dan Spangler states that about 50% of patients with disc herniation will improve within 6 weeks, and the actual herniated material may completely resorb or come back into the center, come back into the disc over time. What troubles Dr. Spangler and other researchers is why this doesn't occur to everyone. So not everyone is the exact same. This will not happen for every single person out there. So looking specifically at the molecules that are frequently present when discs herniate, researchers have identified a group of proteins called MMPs. These are metalloproteinases. And these certain MMPs have the ability to act like Pac-Man. They were playing the game Pac-Man back in the day, and they literally chew through other proteins, making it highly suspect that MMPs may be at the forefront of why some discs resorb while others do not. So additionally, whenever a disc herniates, bleeding occurs, and white blood cells, specifically macrophages, which are immune system cells in our blood that ingest foreign materials and bacteria, they also flood into the area. But what most surprised the authors was the interplay between the macrophages and the MMPs. They found that when the blood/macrophages and one of two specific MMPs interacted in a very specific manner, disc resorption occurred, and they were even able to replicate this process in a lab. They concluded following: these enzymes, and I quote, "These enzymes are more complicated and interesting than we originally thought. Rather than being big bulldozers, they're a fine pair of scissors that cut certain things. So the take-home message here is, unless you are having progressive neurological loss, which means muscle weakness, sensory pain that's progressing, like numbness and tingling, if you're having bowel and bladder weakness and you can't hold your bowels, you can't hold your urine, if you're not having those, there's no rush to go and have surgery. Chiropractors, we can offer pain management, your natural, non-invasive treatments to manage the pain while your body heals the disc herniation. So again, if you or you know someone who has a disc herniation and you're having a lot of pain, you're having sciatica, or you may be having radiculopathy down the arm or pain into your shoulder, arm, and hand. If you're not having neurological weakness, if the arm or the leg is not getting smaller and atrophying, or if your foot, if it's not flopping on the ground whenever you walk, you can still walk normally and just have pain. Like it says, there's no rush to run off and have surgery. We know how to treat discs. We can adjust that vertebra on top of that disc that's not sitting on there properly, and we make that adjustment. It pulls that disc off of the nerve, and therefore you have a lot less pain, you have more mobility, and at least while it's trying to heal, you can still get on with your life. You can go to your work, you can take care of your family, you can, enjoy life. So again, this is Dr. Chad Mothy at Back Pain Relief Chiropractic, your Huntsville chiropractor at your service. Our phone number here is 256-698-9464. Give us a call if you've got any questions about anything I talked about or anything I read, and I'll be seeing you guys again soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.